Yo guys, it's Lev. Just wanted to say a big thanks to everyone who's watched the video so far. And can I ask that if you do enjoy this guide, that you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this. Let's get into it. Yo guys, it's Lev. So going with something a little bit different tonight, putting together a little guide with some clips and stuff later on. Been playing around with some new editing software, so I'm trying it out and seeing how it works. So if you guys like this kind of video and you think it looks okay, let me know in the comments below. If there's something you think I can do better, again, do let me know in the comments below at the end of the video, please. This one's going to be for Nami, this guide. So beginning with the runes, you're going to go sorcery path on Nami. You can maybe look at inspiration, but sorcery is going to be your main path if you're playing properly. Your keystone is going to be summon Eerie, so your attacks and abilities send Eerie to the target, damaging enemies and shielding allies. Damages up to 40 based on level, plus some of your AP and your bonus AD, which you're not going to have, so just your AP. And your shield is 30 to 80 based on your level, plus 0.25 AP. So basically, this has really helped Nami, in my opinion, has made her a lot more of a meta pick, because your E, your buff that gives your ADC damage and a slow magic damage on their auto attacks, and a slow also now gives them a shield, so you cast that on them, it gives them a shield as long as Eerie is available. Comet and Phase Rush, you're just not going to use. Comet, no, you just, compared to Eerie, they're just all worse, so that one definitely going to be Eerie. Again, this one, Nullifying Orb, why on earth, if you're playing top, would you want a magic damage shield? You're just not going to want that. So Manifold Band is much better. Hitting an enemy champion with an ability permanently increases your maximum mana by 25 up to 250. Now he is a bit mana hungry, so that's extremely useful. And after reaching 250 bonus mana, restore 1% of your missing mana every 5 seconds. Why not? Ultimate Hat is an option, but the cooldown's not that long on your big wave. I just don't think you really need it. Manifold Band is definitely the optimum choice. Transcendence, yeah, I mean 10% cooldown reduction at level 10 is nice, but you would have built cooldowns by then anyway, and although the excess cooldowns can turn into AP or AD, it just isn't worth, in my opinion. I think Celerity is definitely the better choice. 3% movement speed, which also converts your bonus movement speed into some AP. So when you cast your abilities, and your passive does make you and everyone else, if you cast it on them as well, go faster. So that could maybe give you a little bit of extra damage, but I don't think it's going to be much, but it's a bit of extra damage. You're more taking that for the movement speed, because she is a little bit slow. Movement speed is one of her weaknesses compared to some of the other ones out there, like say Janna, who gets passive movement speed anyway. So definitely Celerity, I think, is the way on that one. Absolute Focus, no, you're just not going to take Absolute Focus on it. This one, there is a couple of options on this one. So Scorch is the one I go for. Your next ability hit sets champions on fire, dealing 20 to 60 bonus magic damage. So just a bit of extra damage at the start on your W is worth. I think it's worth. You can obviously look at, not Water Walk, and just not worth on it, but you can look at Gathering Storm. So just scaling AP over the game. It's, some people swear by Gathering Storm. Personally, I'm guessing my game's going to be over by 30 to 40 minutes normally anyway, but the extra AP is there. It's an option, definitely an option. I just take Scorch for the extra damage at the start, just make it a bit stronger in lane at the start. But you can take Gathering Storm if you want to, that's fair enough. This one, you're probably going to go Inspiration for the secondary track. I've got Biscuits on there, but that's not what I used. I was just playing around with some stuff before, but I normally use the Magic Footwear and I use Cosmic Insight. So Magical Footwear, you get free Slightly Magical Boots at 10 minutes, so 300 gold effectively. You can't buy boots before then. It is a bit of a drag, that, but I still think it's worth. For each takedown you acquire the boots 30 seconds sooner, so you can get a couple of assists or a killing assist or whatever. That's going to reduce it to maybe 9 minutes if you've got a couple. So I do like the magical boots, plus they give you 10 movement speed more than additional boots, so than boots of speed, sorry. So I think that's worth. Cosmic Insight, plus 5% cooldowns, plus 5% max cooldowns, plus 5% summoner cooldowns, and plus 5% item cooldowns. So your cooldown reduction, immediately you've got 5%, which is nice. Your thresholds increase to 45%, which again is nice. Some of the spells, cooldown reductions are reduced, so I've been taking Ignite because obviously they buffed Ignite recently, didn't they? So I've been taking Ignite on it. I do think it's good. I mean, Exhaust is good as well. It's a bit of a toss-up. That one depends who you're up against and how confident you're feeling. If you're not feeling confident, then you take Exhaust. But if you are feeling confident, then you're going to take Ignite. And obviously you're going to take Flash for the other one. So I'll give you your cooldowns on your summoner spells a little bit sooner and 5% active items. So you're definitely going to get Redemption. And then you might want to pick up some other actives. It depends on how you play, but we'll look at items a bit later on. But that's the best one, I think. You can maybe take Biscuits instead of the Boots. Some people take Biscuits instead of Boots, and that's a playstyle choice. I'd say the Boots is better, but you could take Biscuits instead if you wanted to. Some people do. The other option is probably Resolve. So with Resolve though, this one's good. So Revitalize is good. So heals and shields you cast or receive are 5% stronger and increased by an additional 10% on targets below 40%. Excellent. That one's really good. Really worth on Nami because obviously you're going to be healing people and your Eerie gives you the shield, so that's good. But out of these others, I just can't find one that I like on it. This new one, start the game with an extra 60 health at 4 takedowns, consume to gain an extra 15 ability power basically. I just don't think it's worth more than the free boots. Second wind, no. Conditioning, no. You're just not going to take it. Bone platings, and if I was going to go this way, I'd go bone plating and Revitalize. They'll be the ones that take. So bone plating after damage from any champion. Next 2 spells or attacks you receive from them deal 20 to 50 less damage. Just gives you a little bit more tank in lane. That'd probably be the one. But some people say Font of Life, but being honest, Font of Life just isn't enough on Nami. Like, it's just not enough. Ally champions who, impairing the movement of an enemy champion, marks them for 4 seconds. Ally champions who attack marked enemies heal for 5 plus 1% of your max health. So it's a bit like Leona's passive in that you mark them, it leaves a little mark on them, they shoot it, they heal up. But 5 HP plus 1% of your max health is just not. Like, if your max health is 1k on Nami, then it's giving them 15 heal. It's just not enough. Just isn't enough to make it worth you. Far better to take Inspiration, in my opinion. But some people do take Resolve, and if I was going to take Resolve, personally I'd take Revitalize and Bone Plating. Some people swear by Font of Life, but I just don't think it's enough, to be honest. Not a big fan of Font of Life in any way, shape or form. However, we'll have a look at some items now, and we'll have a look at what sort of stuff you should be building. Okay, so items you're going to take. You're going to take Spell Thieves on Nami. So damaging spells and attacks against champions or buildings deal 13 additional magic damage and grant 10 gold per unique spell cast. This can occur up to 3 times every 30 seconds. And then obviously it gives you some extra gold, and once you've done the quest, it becomes your Sightstone. So useful, that's what you're going to take. 10 ability power at the start, 2 gold and 25% base mana regen, all very useful. And also the additional damage on your auto attacks is nice on Nami, because if you get your E first, you can get level 2 first. You can auto for quite a severe bit of damage on enemy ADCs and slow them. It's better at level 3 because then you can land the bubble on them as well and they die. Some people take coin, don't take coin on it, don't do it. I mean, take coin if you've got to be defensive. If you think your ADC is going to be bad and you can't do anything in lane, you can't make any plays in lane, it's a blitz or someone like that, then maybe take coin. 5 movement speed, 5 cooldown reduction, 2 gold per 10 seconds, and then you get the gold and the mana. No, but I mean, you could try it if you were desperate. If you were going to play really defensive, then maybe you could take coin. Okay, once you've got, you're going to upgrade this, definitely. You're going to upgrade it into Frostfang. Frostfang, 20 ability power, 2 gold. That's probably what you're going to do first, is upgrade that. I'd say get boots, but obviously if you've got the rune for the boots, then you're going to get the free boots anyway. So you're going to go that first. Once you've got your Frostfang, and then you're going to complete your quest, then the first item that you're going to build is going to be Ardent Center. I mean, some people say go Redemption first. I'd say such people are silly, but you could maybe go Redemption first, but personally I always go Ardent Center first. 10% heal and shield power, 8% movement speed, makes you faster, which is, as I said before, in my opinion, is one of the weaknesses, aside from being squishy as hell. Wherever you heal or shield an ally, you and your ally gain 10% to 30% attack speed, and your attacks deal an additional 5 to 20 on-hit magic damage for 6 seconds. Note the bit that some people overlook there is you and your ally gain 10 to 30% attack speed. So you also gain the attack speed, which is extremely useful. I do play a slight Troll Nami build in some games, especially in Adam, where I build Arden Center and then I build Nashors and I build Hextech and I just delete people with Nami. It's fun. Don't do that when you're playing sub, but the point is you can still build Ardent and build AP as well, and it does make it worth. You're leveling up at E, you're putting your E on your ADC, they're getting a shield, that proccing the Ardents. You're casting your heal on them, that's proccing the Ardents. You're using your Redemption, it's proccing the Ardents. All of them very, very strong. Next item you're going to build is what we just said before, is Redemption. And, oh, I've left my magic pen there. Redemption is definitely going to be your second item. Redemption. 10% heal and shield power as well, and obviously the heal that comes down about 200 health, just gives you a little bit of health because you're extremely squishy, and some health and mana regen is all helpful, and 10% cooldown reductions. Good thing about Redemption is you can also use it when you're dead, which some people seem to forget. When I play in ranks, some of my subs seem to forget you can use Redemption when you're dead, but you're going to take your Redemption second, and it's very useful if there's a big team fight over Baron, or a drag maybe, or even, you know, you're pushing on the turrets. Redemption, everyone on your team, if you've got Arden Center, everyone gets the buff, everyone gets the attack speed, everyone has the extra on hit damage. It's very, very, very strong. Some people do swear by Athenes on it, and if you're building Ardent and you're building Redemption, it can be worth to build Athenes because you get the additional buff, so 5 ability power per 25% base mana regen. Both those items have base mana regen, at least I think they still do. Does that still have base mana regen? Yeah, only 50% now after the nerf, but it still does have some. So that's 200% base mana regen, and you've got 20% cooldowns off them too. You build your Athenes at 30% cooldowns, and your heals are charged with your pre-mitigation damage, and you have 200% base mana regen, which gives you an additional 40 ability power. Nice, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So obviously you're going to finish this as well. You're going to build this into either Watchers. So you're going to have Remnants of the Watchers, you're going to have Ardent, you're going to have Redemption, and you're going to have Athenes. And Athenes is a bit more situational. Some people don't build it, some people build Lockets. The reason I don't build Lockets on it much anymore is because the shield scales off your bonus HP, and I don't build HP on it apart from Redemption. I just don't really build HP on it, so I don't really build that anymore. If the enemy is heavy AD and you want to build something to give you a bit more time, if you're getting blown up in one hit by an ADC, you can build Frozen Heart. If you build Frozen Heart, you don't build Athenes because you're behind. You don't build the Athenes. You build those are the 2 items first, and then you build the Frozen Heart. If someone does attack you, it reduces their attack speed. It also means you can't get blown up as quickly, and it gives you some extra mana. So it is a thing. You'll see Nami's building it. It's a thing. It's a thing on it. Once you've got those, are you going to be your 3 core items, and obviously your Frozen Heart if you're going a bit more defensive. Once you've got them, it depends what you want to build. If you want to get more AP to really punish them a bit, you can build Rabadons on it. I don't recommend you do it, but you can if you want to build something. Say that they've got a lot of healing on the enemy team, you could go with a Morello, but it's all cooldowns. Is Morello still cooldown? I don't think Morello is cooldowns anymore since he changed it, is it? I don't think it is. Morello's not cooldowns anymore. No, it's not. So yeah, you can build Morello, 300 health and 80 HP. Worth. And I personally, one of my personal favourites on it is Rylai's, because you cast your heal into the fight onto the enemy champ, it slows one of them, bounces onto your ADC, speeds them up and heals them, bounces onto another enemy champion and slows them down. And I like that. I like that. Plus, obviously, you throw your way through, it slows everyone down anyway, but it just gives your heal a bit of a slow as well, which I do like as it bounces off. That can be nice, and again, it's a bit more HP because Nami is quite squishy. So that's most of the build items you're going to build on it. I tried this in my last game. I tried it. It's nice. I tried it instead of Athenes. I like it. I do like it. It's basically like the old Talisman buff. And I was a fan of that. Some people said it was rubbish, but I liked it. I used to play Jannon and swore by it. It was very the key. So those are your items, what you can go for anyway. The main choices, obviously. So we're going to quickly go through Nami's abilities, starting with the passive. So Surging Tides. When Nami's abilities hit enemy champions, they gain movement speed for a short duration. So if you cast your E on your team, it gives them a speed buff as well as a shield now. If you've got Eerie, you cast your heal on them, speed them up as well. Likewise, if you position yourself correctly at the back of the team and ult through your team into the enemy, or your team is speeded up as well, which is nice. So passive, I mean, it can help you get out of a tight spot. Maybe you can use your E on yourself to dodge skill shots if you need a little speed buff. So it's useful. Q, so Aqua Prison, so sends a bubble to the target area, dealing damage and stunning all enemies on impact. Also counts as a knock up for the purposes of Yasuo. You can land this on several enemies if they're all together. You can land it on all of them. It's hard, like, but you know, you can get 3 of them sometimes. Stuns them, knocks them up. You're going to take this either second or third. It depends on how confident you feel you can land the bubble at level 2. If you feel like you can land the bubble at level 2 and then take the bubble at level 2, it can change your fight. The mistake most people make with the Q is they spam the Q. Don't spam your Q. Only use your Q on Nami if you're 99% sure you're going to hit the Q, because when your Q's down, you're vulnerable. Next, you've got Ebb and Flow, which is your heal. So unleashes a stream of water that bounces back and forth between allied and enemy champions, healing allies and damaging enemies. Again, speeds them up when you cast it on them as well. The mistake I see a lot of Namis doing with their heal is using the heal like as though they're Soraka, just healing people with it. Don't do that. Your heal is very important on Nami to use at the right time, the correct time. So the time you want to heal your ADC is if they're in range to bounce it onto the enemy champion. You don't want to really use it just as a heal. I mean, you can do that in an emergency situation, but ideally you're going to use it to win trades. So as your ADC gets, just as they get in range, bounce the heal off them. It gives them a little bit of a shield if you've got your Edie, and obviously heals them and bash onto the enemy ADC, hopefully, and damage them, and then back onto you if you need to heal. If it's the other way around, so you can cast it on the enemy first, it bounces back onto either you or your ADC, and then onto the other enemy, even better. It just depends. Personally, I like to use it, bounce it off my ADC. If you've lost a little bit of HP, then try and position it into such a way that you can bounce it off them onto the enemy ADC. The E is Tidecaller's Blessing, so it empowers an allied champion for a short duration. The ally's basic attack deals bonus magic damage and slow the target. You can also use it on yourself. I do like to use it on myself early on to set up a play with the bubble. So just the E on yourself, speed you up so you can get into range, auto attack them. Usually they'll try and run at that point, auto attack them again, and before you send the last one, send the bubble. So auto attack, bubble, and then you've got your other auto attack, and hopefully your ADC is coming in to finish the job at that point. This is quite strong. I recommend you level this second. At the moment it seems quite strong, so level your W first, then level your E, then your Q. Obviously take your ult whenever you can. Your ult is a big playmaking ult on Nami, but again, do use it as engaging. You can do that, it's just not what it's designed for. It's more designed as peel. Ideally, you want to use it so you've been in a fight, the enemy are coming back onto you, they've pushed you back, they've turned the tide a little bit of the fight, and they're now pushing forward. That's when you want to do your ult. So as they're all coming towards you, ult, get them all, boom, 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 knock them all up. You know, at worst it lets your team escape. At best it might set up some kills for your team and turn the fight, and that's what Nami's about. She's about turning the fight. She's an enabler. If she can peel, but she's not the best peeler. She can sustain you, but she's not the best sustain. So she can make plays, she can engage, but she's not the best. But she is strong in all of those departments, and that's why I like her. You can play her whichever way the game is going. If you're ahead, you can bully with Nami so much. You can just bully with her. You can just go up to dudes and just eat them. Heal yourself if they take some damage on you. Wave, boom, boom, boom. She's a strong champ. I like her.
Crashing, hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle. Hurry up now, I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need ya, I need ya, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. nobody by my side. I need ya, I need ya, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Yeah, don't let me down. Yeah, don't let me down. Don't let me down, down.